Hello. Michael Kormaroff, Brooklyn, New York, is ready for this examination, as well as John Anile, our Georgia resident and local. We have Tyler Mansell. We have Jay Terrio. Tyler is out in Washington State by way of Wisconsin. Louisiana Beer Beer, Jay Terrio, observer. And myself, Thomas Metal 75, for a look at the Victory Brewing.
We have a little reverb.
All right, we fixed that. And again, today's topic is Victory Brewing Company beers. I believe founded in 1996 by two friends that had been friends since the 5th grade back in 1973. So that's
You'll get it.
Founded in Downington and still in Downington, Pennsylvania. So I'll ask each person about which beer that they've chosen this year. Holy moly.
Off.
Person about their beer and what their thoughts and opinions going into the victory examination are, starting with let's start with John Anile. Which victory beer do you have, and what are your thoughts on the brewery before we start?
All right. Well, I have one that I've never had before. I have the Victory White Monkey.
Wow.
So this one is a Belgian-style Tripel ale aged in white wine barrels. Now, I've had the Sour Monkey, which I really love. My thoughts on Victory are great. I love their beers. Everything I've had from them has been really, really good. They make quality beer, and I'm excited to try the White Monkey.
Excellent. I'm chowing on some New York strip steak with Kingsford seasoning. Pretty good. Tyler, you are echoing like mad.
Am I?
Yes.
Because he's got two different feeds going in. That's the problem.
All right. So let's go with Michael Kormaroff while Tyler tries to solve his.
Okay. I have, I guess, what
your thoughts on Victory?
what you would probably call their flagship, which is their Hop Devil Ale, which has both Centennial and Cascade hops, 6.7%. I'm not sure of the IBUs. If somebody wants to check that out, they can.
Okay.
My enjoy date is the 10th of August, 2018, which means I'm a little bit ahead, I guess. It's not perfect, but it should be fine.
Oh, yeah, it'd be nice.
I think it's a pretty standard type IPA. I've had it many times and enjoyed it.
I don't notice that the Victory website lists anything about IBUs on their beers, but my prior experience with the Hop Devil, it's a pretty generously hopped single IPA, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's quite good. And I like those two C type hops together as well.
Yeah, cool. And what are your thoughts of the Victory Brewing Company before we examine their beers?
I, as John said, think they make a good product, and it seems like lately, in the last couple of years, they've been pushing a lot more of the Belgian styles, which I find that they do a pretty nice job with.
Excellent.
But I like the company.
Okay. Jay is going to be an observer of the review tonight, but he has a American whiskey to drink while watching the examination.
I might drop off, later, but it's nothing to be rude about. But I'm doing okay. I did a review. I'm going to post it in a few days. It's called 75 South. It's from Albertsons, Vons, Jewel Osco, Safeway stores. It's American blended whiskey. It's aged at least 4 years. You can see it's pretty dark, so it must have picked up a lot of barrel char. It was very cheap, $5.99, which is, we get grocery store liquor here in Louisiana, so I think that helps the price. And, it's chestnut. It smells like whiskey. It tastes like whiskey. There's a lot of filler. John Anile would like it. I think he likes these kind of little oddball items like I do. Am I right, John?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm wondering if it's named after I-75, the interstate that runs along here.
It's a mystery because
south.
It's a mystery because Interstate 75 does not run through Louisville. That's Interstate 65. So it's weird, but maybe it refers to the blend, 75% grain neutral spirits and 25% straight bourbon. I don't know.
Hey, babe.
You know, it's weird, but it tastes fine. It's nothing too remarkable. But what do you expect for $5.99? Now,
That's cheap. Wow. Wow.
no, I'll tell you, we get
Damn.
every store. Eric sells liquor around here. I'm telling you.
Good price right there for liquor.
Oh yeah, I mean it's incredible. And hey, that's not the cheapest. I've bought whiskeys for $4.99.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that does sound interesting for $5.99. I'll tell you that. But I'm not. Tyler's got this beer in the glass.
Oh, wait. Let me.
Yes, sir. What you got?
I'm drinking natural ice, and which is totally irrelevant to this, except I want something to drink. And
Sure.
secondly, and thirdly, I've had Victory beers. They're no longer available to my knowledge in Louisiana because they got chased. I know, boo. They got chased off the shelf by all our local brands. I did not like the Prima Pills, which taste gritty, grainy, and like aspirin.
Ooh.
But I love the Hop Devil. I said, oh, if I could just be drinking Hop Devil tonight, I'd be so delighted. But sadly, I cannot. So that's it for me. I won't say anything else except later when I bring out the New England whiskey. But that'll be, and I'm not going to drink a lot and get all crazy, and it'd be very subtle and mellow and measured.
Good times for all. Tyler's got this beer in the glass. Let's hear about your Victory beer and your thoughts on Victory going into examination.
So I've only had one beer before by Victory Brewing Company, and that is Sour Monkey. And that's what I chose tonight because I really enjoyed it the first time I had it. This is a Tripel, which is 9.5% alcohol by volume. It's an ale, and it is sour. Very nice. And it's very light golden color. So it's yellow, goldenish.
One thing I didn't, my ABV is also 9.5. All of the Victory, the monkey line, I guess if you want to call it that.
Brass monkey?
Yeah, they're all 9.5. The white monkey, the golden monkey, and the sour monkey. The difference is the way that they finish the beer, and sometimes the yeast strain, like with the lactobacillus for the sour monkey. But like this one being aged in the white wine barrels, and then the golden monkey is just their standard Tripel, no special considerations given for the aging or anything.
Can we see your label, John? Can we see everybody's label?
Yeah.
All right, here's the next one. Well,
kind of like a Buddha monkey.
I just have an eyeball. Huh.
I got a brand new beer from these guys, but I still want to hear a little bit more about your experience going into the Victory examination there, Tyler.
Yep.
You only have one other beer by them.
Yeah, so the aroma, you get what you get on a sour beer. And I like it. I like it a lot. You almost get kind of that sour kombucha kind of flavor. You almost think there's fruit in it, but there's really not. It just has that tart, sour, crisp smell, almost a citrus, lemon, citrus note to it. I'm going to take a sip.
I'll crack open my beer, and then I'll explain that in a moment.
Oh, it's nice. Now, this is the second time I've had it before, and I love it. Right off the bat, so smooth, so nice. It's refreshing at 9.5% ABV because it has that citrus, tart, and sourness. It's very nice. And a very nice, smooth, medium mouthfeel.
Excellent.
That is Sour Monkey by Victory Brewing Company.
All right. You sit on that and contemplate life and how good that beer is, and I'll talk about mine. You're on the sour beer kick, so you might really be a good candidate to tell us if that's a good sour beer or not. This one here that I'm having this evening is Enjoy by August 16, 2018. At 4.8% alcohol by volume. The classification for it is beer. I don't know why they wrote that. This is their Victory Homegrown American Lager. They talk about on the website that there it is. This is a dry hopped lager, and I don't know if you can see it. Look at all of that sediment at the bottom of that glass.
Wow.
I have it out on their website currently. No, I don't. I have Hop Devil out. Here it is. Homegrown dry hopped lager. They write that it is Pilsner and Carapils malts, Centennial Mosaic, Azeka, Cascade, Chinook, and Citra hops. Pretty awesome. They say it's a juicy homegrown American hops are packed into homegrown dry hopped lager, bright 4.8% beer for anytime, anywhere. It's hoppy, it's refreshing. You're gonna need a refill. Okay, so that's not 100% exactly the name of the beer on the bottle, but that's exactly what I am drinking this evening, and that is going to be served in a Warsteiner Pilsner glass. There you go.
Good idea.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely from what they described on the website, it being a juicy hop variety, I'm getting that note. It does smell like a really clean water. It smells a lot like clean water. Sometimes you say that on your reviews, Jay, and I understand what you mean by that. Clean water, crisp, very florally, but in the background is a lot of the grapefruit and the orange and some lemoniness, lemon grassiness. Definitely white bready malts, a little bit crackery. It smells like a way hoppier version of Pilsner Urquell. So if you want like your New England style juicy notes in the nose from your lager beers in this vein of Pilsner Urquell, so far that's what I'm getting. It smells delicious. And by the way, there is all kinds of sediment and cloudiness in that one. Definitely a straw lemony yellow, almost like a diluted lemonade of some kind. Maybe
it looks like almost like a neon. It's really bright on my end. I mean, it looks like that from your.
It's I guess outside of, I guess on the camera next to the lamp, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of head in this glass, but I mean, look at that carbonation. Let's just try it. Cheers. Homegrown American lager.
I like that glass.
Came from somewhere in Connecticut. Relative was visiting other relatives and said, yeah, you need this glass. And yeah, this is goddamn delicious. Holy crap. A lager is like this freaking good. All right. So yeah, it definitely has everything I just described in the nose in its taste to a T. It's that juicy hop variety with that bready, biscuity malt in the background. It's got the floral hop note. It's crisp. It's super clean. There's a little bit of a white bready malt in the sweetness to it. Again, crisp, clean, ultra refreshing, very lemony. It is very floral up front, and then you finish crisply, that's a word, with the grapefruit and the orange and the lemony kind of notes there. But grapefruit and orange are from the hops there. Kind of a little bit spicy and a little bit of grassiness to it. That's got a lot of character. It's very clean. Light to medium mouthfeel on the light side. Ultra refreshing carbonation is spot on, and I'm enjoying this one right now. Let's go straight to John Anele and his White Monkey.
All right. Well, I couldn't. I finally took a sip. I was trying to wait, but it just smelled so good. So you get some wood on the aroma, which it was kind of unexpected. I guess the white wine barrels that they're aging it in impart some like woody type aromas. I mean, obviously not like a charred oak or anything like you're going to get with, bourbon or whiskey, but it's very, I don't know, it kind of mellows it out because I've had the Golden Monkey, which is their standard variant. That one has a lot more banana bread and the coriander and all of those tripel-like aromas. This one is more mellow across the board. And then there's also a noticeable bready component on the nose. I mean, before you even get into the taste, it almost smells like a bakery, like when they're making fresh bread. I mean, it really smells enjoyable. And this one is obviously bottle conditioned. It was actually bottled back in 2017, but for these type of Victory beers, I think the longer they sit, the better they get up to a certain point. And I think we're well within the that date range because it was near the end of 2017 when this was bottled. So, so anyway, the first sip, surprisingly, I got like a nice light type spritzy. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't really drink white wine, but I'm imagining that the flavor that I'm getting is coming from the white wine barrels that they're aged in.
You ought to get that Dogfish Head mixed media. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that one.
White wine.
It's very. It does have a little fruitiness that I'm thinking is coming from the white wine barrels. You get a little bit of like a faint Tripel type flavor with it, like a faint version of the Golden Monkey, but it's very muted compared to their standard variant. You get a little bit of that wood in the middle as well, but it's not. I mean, it's not super bold or anything. It's almost like it mellows out the beer. It's hard to explain, really. I can tell you right now, the 9.5% alcohol is non-existent. You could just drink this, no problem. Drink it down, no problem.
We have a party foul here. I just saw a man at a Victory Brewing examination drinking an Icehouse beer. Hello, John H. Pierre, the TV Rambler from Mobile, Alabama.
And a good evening.
Hi, John.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Okay, good.
Good evening,
I'm sorry, I'm a little loud. Yeah, I got some new headphones now, so the volumes might be a little up and down. So forgive me, but okay, good. Well, good evening, everybody. It's been a while. If you've seen my last review I did, which was what beer I'm trying to think of, something from Serta Brewing here in Mobile. But outside of that, I miss you guys. I'm glad I'm doing this, and like I said, tonight I am drinking Icehouse, enjoying myself, having a good time. Everything is good.
From that Icehouse.
Yes, I'm. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I got the wrong bottle.
They really put ice in that Icehouse bottle, huh?
You drank the House of Ice.
Yes. Stand by.
All right. Well, nice to see you. Well, I will come back to you for a Victory beer question in a little while, but let's finish up with the White Monkey and John Anille, if you have anything else to add to that beer.
Yeah. So I realized I'm getting a little vanilla as well. I was actually reading the back of the label. And I'm like, there's something sweet in here that's not quite fruity, and I can't figure out what it is. It's vanilla. And it says on the bottle, the back of the bottle, that vanilla, to expect some vanilla. And then it says some spice character. I'm getting that, kind of like with your traditional Tripels, but this is really, really enjoyable. It's so different than the Sour Monkey and the Golden Monkey. Each of the different monkey beers from Victory it's funny because it's the same core ingredients, but the way that they mature the beer imparts completely different flavors to them, and I'm pretty impressed with it.
What about green apple? You get any green apple?
No, I'm not getting any green apple. I'm getting a little tartness and a nice, I don't know, I guess you could say like a wine-like quality. So I guess if I was to say there was any fruit in it, it would be like a light grape variety.
Okay. So far, so good. Yeah.
White grape. Okay.
White grape. Yeah, like a white grape.
With the green skin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent sounding beer. It does sound ultra delicious. We will definitely come back to John Anille to see if his beer is doing any changing and get his final thoughts and ratings. Stay tuned for John Anille. Michael Komarov, I believe he's got what we're going to consider the flagship beer.
Now, it's funny. I don't remember this beer having as much red in it as this one seems to have, but I guess it probably didn't. I just didn't notice. It's more like a reddish orange. People remember. I guess that's the right color, but it seems to be darker than your regular IPAs a little bit.
Copper.
Kind of a copper color, a little bit with some redness in there as well. The nose is very floral, and the taste is interesting because in most IPAs you expect to get a burst of bitterness, and this one doesn't have that. It's more kind of like an even keel fruitiness, and it leads into a little bit of bitterness. So the bitterness is there. It's just not in your first taste, but it does come on. So there is some bitterness. Like we said, I don't know the IBUs. I assume it's somewhere in the 60 range, maybe. Seems to have a nice quality of being very, very even keel with the hops. The hops seem to be, the Cascade and the Centennial seem to be in unity and bringing kind of a nice feel to the beer. I really like it.
Is it like a toasted malt quality because of it's a darker color, or is it like roasted barley malt?
It does have some maltiness in it, but I think you would still say the hops are the lead in this beer. But it's well balanced. It's the hops and the malt are well balanced together. Maybe that is why there's more color. Maybe there's some toasted malt in it. Eric, when you looked at Victory on the Hop Devil, what did they say about the malts they used? Did you notice?
They are using Hop Devil IPA. They are using Pilsner, Vienna, which is maybe where you're getting that color, and also medium caramel malt. So this having that color is not surprising.
Right, and I guess Vienna would also be used in lagers and pilsners as well.
True, this is correct.
I'm very satisfied with the taste of this beer.
What's the ABV on that, Michael?
6.7.
Okay. And what style is it? And what style?
It's an IPA.
IPA. Okay.
I love that.
American style IPA.
We don't know the IBUs though, and the website doesn't have it.
No.
So,
Okay.
Victory Brewing Company is from Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Outside Philadelphia in Downington.
Yep.
So, hearing a lot of good things about every one of their beers.
It's just distribution for Victory. I guess it's kind of spotty here and there, but I mean, you know, like I said, we get some of their beers here at certain spots. And I was telling Jay earlier that I wasn't going to be driving around town like a madman, you know, with the beer car. I got to get this beer. I got to get the beer. I got to get the beer. You know, zooming around Mobile looking for Victory. So I know I've had the Golden Monkey before from Victory, but I think the beer that Michael was talking about, I think I've had it before, and I think I might have done a review. I have to look back in some of my videos. So, but again, I think distribution is pretty good. Distribution is pretty good for this beer.
Ice House is making you crazy.
That too, and also, hey man, I need a laugh, man. These last couple months, man, I need a laugh. So,
well, we want.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the laugh.
Jay was telling us that he can't find any Victory beer in Louisiana.
I was so depressed about it because I was like, oh man, I want to get that Golden Monkey, or even the Hop Devil, but oh no. But you know what the best? You know what the best Victory beer I ever had was?
No,
Storm King. Storm King.
That's their stout.
Oh man, that thing was just so dynamite.
I can get that one, but I haven't had it yet. It looks awesome. It looks really good.
They make a beer that's called the Victory Helio Saison. That has to be one of the best beers I've ever had in all of my time ever drinking beer. That is such a really authentic, down to a T, good Belgian version of Saison. Very similar to Saison DuPont. They just do such a good job with it. It used to be like $4.99 for a bomber bottle of it. It's since gone up a couple of dollars wherever I see it, which is kind of unfortunate because it was such a great beer and it's such a steal. But even at $6.99 or $7.99, I still think it's a steal if you ever find it.
Eric, if you ever get a Storm King, I would highly recommend it. It's so rich. I mean, it's high alcohol, but I mean, you know.
So many of their Victory beers, I am sure I've seen it and just walked the other way for some reason.
Storm King. It's not real expensive, but it's dynamite. I mean, but sadly, we can't get it.
All right. So I want to go back to Tyler Mansell. He is drinking the Sour Monkey. As you drink on some Sour Monkey, has the taste changed any? Are you noticing any developments so far in the beer?
No, and that's a good thing. I was really happy right when I drank it, and I'm still getting all the same pleasant flavors. And I think this is one of the most high quality beers I've ever had. Also, I'm even comfortable with almost giving it a rating already, and it's going to be very high. I'm enjoying it. It's when it comes to a sour, it has everything there. It's making me pucker, and I'm loving it. It's not.
I bet you're gonna say 97.
What you gonna say?
Tyler's been doing percentage ones now too, so 97.23.
What you got, Tyler? How far away was he?
Wait, all right, yeah, that's a good guess. 97.9.
Oh, we went even higher. Okay,
98.
Now, this guy, Tyler Mansell, besides the fact that he's got his own channel, you all know it and love it, he is like a really big sour beer fan over the past year. How does this stack up with other sour beers you've had recently?
Oh, this is one of my favorite beers, and I've only had it twice.
Woo.
It's unbelievable. I'm comfortable saying that. I love it, everything about it.
You're going to have to get one for Ben to try. Has he ever tried a Sour Monkey? Because Ben's a sour fan.
No, and I was real surprised. And it's funny because I can almost remember my first sour I've ever had. I think it was earlier this summer, actually. Now I'm really diving way into it.
I got a question, Tyler, and everyone in the panel can ask this question. What's the difference between a sour versus a beer like Two Hearts Lime or Two Hearts Pineapple or something in that range? You know, what's the difference between those beers?
The yeast that is used, it's usually a strain that is like a bacteria that gets rid of all the bad bacteria in your gut, replaces it with good bacteria. And so it's supposed to be like a level healthier than your standard yeast that they use, actually.
Because both beers, to me, I know they're popular during the summer months, you know, particularly if you're living here in anywhere. And when it's bloody hot, I'm sure those beers are very popular. But I've never really found, you know, the sours or even, you know, like I said, beers like Two Hearts Lime, you know, I say, yeah, they're good. It does what it needs to do. But, you know, what's wrong with a light beer, you know, a light lager?
I think it's
just as better, you know,
I think
in my
it's
opinion.
Similar reasoning that people like to drink lemonade because it has that refreshing tartness to it that people kind of associate certain varieties of sour beers as having that. Now, I don't know. I haven't had the Sour Monkey in a couple of years now. I have had it before and I do like it, but I don't remember that beer as being like the most crisp and effervescent and most refreshing thing at 9.5%.
It's refreshing.
Oh,
definitely.
And John, also in some of these beers, the strain of Brettanomyces that they put in, it's the level of that actually controls the sour, making it either, I guess, a kettle sour in some cases, and
it could be, the levels could be high or low, right, Michael?
Depending on how they brew it.
yeah. Typically, what they do, John, in these beers is with these wild yeast strains. What they do is they're in open fermentation tanks, which means that they open up the lid of the fermentation tank, and those yeast strains are eating what's ever in the atmosphere at the time
they're alive.
Tank. So that's what it's eating. So that's what the yeast is eating to create the alcohol. So that's why they call it wild, funky tart, because it's just pulling whatever out of the air and making that into ABV.
Well, it's literally bacteria.
Yep.
And it's also like a probiotic, which that's why it's more expensive, because if you know what a probiotic is, the function is literally a probiotic.
Yeah, you're right. Eric's right too.
If you're a home brewer, you don't want to mix your wild yeast strain components with your non-wild yeast strain components. You want to keep them separate, just due to
and then the lime. I'm sorry. Then the lime beers, like he's talking about the lime, that's just like citrus fruit that's giving it that tartness. But they're talking about how the yeast all can and the Brettanomyces can give it that farmhouse, horse blankets, saison. But they might mix both. You know, they might. He's about to eat meatloaf and vegetables.
I got a question. I got a question for Michael Komaroff over here. As we're drinking, I'm going to go to Hop Devil for a quick moment. As you're drinking this Hop Devil, you noticing anything going on as you're going down into the beer? What's going on at this moment in Hop Devil country?
Staying fairly steady. The hops are still king here and leading the charge. And like I say, I find it to be very well balanced because the malts and the hops are pretty united. And I think that's important in quality in a good IPA.
I wonder what would happen if I went back to that beer. I remember having that beer not very recently, but several years ago, where I thought it was very like floral bitter up front, almost to the point where I didn't even think that it was very malt balanced in the beer. But maybe I think we both kind of have the similar hoppy tolerance, so maybe I might find it not so bitter now that I've had lots and lots of different IPAs.
Maybe you should try another one and see what you think. But the nose definitely was floral at the beginning. I think the malts are a factor, though. Maybe I wouldn't. It's definitely hop driven and not malt driven, though.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
I like it though. It's a high quality IPA.
Hey guys, I'm sorry again. I know I've done reviews of Victory beers. Where are they located? Where are they based at?
Downington, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia.
Okay.
Since 1990, they started in 1996, I believe.
Good. The explosion of craft beer, of the craft. Well, then again, it was started earlier, but boom, I guess, in the mid-90s, I guess.
Yeah, it blossomed, yeah. This beer, I didn't even realize it had some more stuff written on the side of it. Again, homegrown New American Lager from Victory, 4.8%.
I might need to move to PA. You know, a lot of good beers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to move. You don't want to move there.
It says American.
I'll become a Puritan.
Hops lead distinctly juicy, resinous aromas throughout a body of raw gold in this bold New American Lager. Yeah, juicy, sure. Resinous aromas, not really. I mean, I guess I have to hear that terminology to even start thinking about that. So, not really. Again, at this particular moment in time, it's, as our good buddy and Jay's good buddy Swillengrog would say, it's holding that taste profile pretty well. It's
right.
It has to be one of, if not the best lager, it's definitely up there in probably the top 3 or 4 best lagers of all time I've ever drank in my life. This is like an anomaly how a lager beer should taste. You get all these other lager beers and you go, okay, maybe this is a little more expensive to brew, but why the hell can't they taste like this? This is the lager beer that Michael Komaroff needs to race and run to the store to buy because he would absolutely adore this.
Eric,
I will pick it up if I see it.
Eric and everybody here on the panel, we've seen this now. A lot of these craft breweries really now, and I was talking to Jay about this, that they have really been on a big lager push now.
Yeah.
You know, from Founders to Victory and whatever. I don't know. Is it just that, hey, we want to, we never, and I know these craft breweries have never said, hey, we're not going to try to compete with the, Buds and the Millers and the Coors, but it seems now, it seems, I guess, maybe they are trying to compete with it because, and I've had Solid Gold Lager, I've had, the Cigar City Lager, both are excellent lagers, Yeah, I know Cigar City's been around forever. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I could, it just seems that they really are pushing a lot to really say, hey, folks, screw Budweiser, screw Natty Light, whatever, and this and that, Miller High Life. Let's just, we make damn good lagers too at Founders, at this brewery or that brewery or Harpin or whomever.
I gotta hear John Anele's thoughts on all of that Jean H. Pierre just said.
Can I give one quick comment?
Go right ahead.
The strain of yeast that they use in the Sour Monkey is called the Brett. It's commonly referred to as the Brett yeast, and it's actually a fungus, and there's different strains of this Brett fungus, which can have peach or different fruity and citrus, different characteristics depending on what kind of fungus that you get. So it's very interesting, the yeast that they use and how it's actually a wild fungus.
There you go, Jean. And yeah, to go back to Jean's point, I want to hear if John Anele has anything to add to that statement from Jean H. Pierre about craft lager beers.
About the lagers being produced more by craft, like the lager push.
Yeah, why do you think that these craft breweries are trying to do that?
Oh man, I guess if anything, a lot of these craft breweries are. I mean, they're just coming around to accept the fact that a lot of people aren't going to change, and they're going to drink their macro lagers, and and they're trying to put out something that's a little bit better than your macro lagers to get people to transition into craft beer. Maybe. I mean, that's as good a guess as any, I suppose.
Reverend J, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I'm not a reverend.
Reverend love J.
You know what? I like the idea of the fungus. But yeah, it's sad because John Anele is drinking all this, and you got this lager, and then Tyler's drinking this thing, and it's like I feel
something. Hello.
No, but I mean, I feel, all kidding aside, because I'm not a person that likes to kid around much. All kidding aside, I think I feel cheated. Like they're drinking this elaborate stuff, and I felt so bad, because this week I was like, maybe, I can find the victory, but I didn't, and I was like down in the dumps. I was like, oh man, I can't get it, But I said I'll join. I'll just sit there watching it, doing nothing, So yeah, I appreciate you letting me join, but I feel bad, because I couldn't get the victory beer, and I don't have a lot of confidence that it's going to return.
Jay, I have a question for you. What Louisiana beer has the most national distribution?
Oh, well, that's probably a Beta, wouldn't y'all think?
Probably a Beta, Amber, or Purple Haze.
So I can get a Beta.
30 years ago it would have been Dixie, but Dixie started to go downhill.
But so, I can't get all the Abita. I just get some of it. I get purple. Right. I get Purple Haze.
Yeah, everybody gets that. Everybody gets a Abita Amber and the Andy Gator and the Turbo Dog. But Dixie used to be the big one, but that was so long ago. That was in the old days, Oh, by the way, I got this Speckle Tail. John Anele, you know what I'm talking about. But
whoa,
he knows. John Anele knows. Look.
Good stuff.
He's pleading the fifth of Jack. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, you noticed that, right? I'm glad you noticed that, really, because that's kind of like what they're shooting for. If you go to Walmart, it's always next to Jack Daniels.
Not in New England, it's not. They don't do that in New England. Ooh.
Don't be mad at me, because I can go to Walmart and buy a jug of whiskey, whiskey.
It becomes Wixie after you've been drinking it for.
Well, I had a buddy of mine when we were camping at one time that said, "Where'd you put the wooski?" What? Put the wooski back in Worcester, Massachusetts.
I think anybody is allowed one little faux pas.
Sure. I think it happens to everybody.
This is too fun. I like this one tonight. Oh, now Tyler's getting new beers out.
Look at this. This is for off air tonight. This is a huge bottle of Sophie.
It's good beer.
It's huge.
That's like a little too huge. I was trying to say
Develops in the bottle over 5 years, it says.
That's what you were trying to say?
This is about 1 year old.
That is cool.
So Tyler, are you gonna hold that beer for a while and let it get more years on it, or are you gonna have it soon?
I was gonna have it soon. I wasn't expecting to age it. It says a tart, dry, sparkling ale with spicy white pepper notes of a hint of orange peel and creamy vanilla finish. It's a Belgian-style saison, and this was in 2017 of August by Goose Island Beer Company of Chicago, Illinois.
Sounds good.
I got this at Total Wine today.
Don't drink it because it's InBev, and that will make you part of the enemy.
Snobbish.
Even if it's. Hey, no. What I was trying to say was, I've had Sophie by the way, and I've had Matilda. What I was trying to say.
What do you think about it?
I was a little bit torn, I mean, they weren't as good as I was expecting, and they hit the market here, and it was like a big deal. Everybody was saying "ga ga ga," and then it disappeared faster than you could say Jack Sprat could eat no meat. I mean, eat no fat, and his wife could eat no lean, but betwixt the two of them, they licked the platter clean. So it was strange, in that sense. But no, what I was trying to say was,
what are they doing together?
What I was trying to say was, don't be mad at me because I can go to Walmart and get jugs of liquor like I can buy boxes of Captain Crunch. That's all I was trying to say.
We can all get jugs of liquor if we really wanted it.
Exactly.
No, you can't. We can't all get it at Walmart, but in New York State, it has to be in a liquor store. It cannot be sold in any supermarket or anything else. There are states, Florida, I think, has some which you can get in supermarkets. I think.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's wine. That's wine only. It's wine, not liquor.
Right, because Florida has Florida has what? Florida has ABC liquor.
Right. It's wine. It's wine that's sold in supermarkets. I was gonna ask John something. John, you cannot get any hard alcohol in Coweta County at all.
No.
Zero.
That's right. The closest thing I can get is port wine and those liquor alternative products, those flavored grape wines that I've been doing reviews of lately, like that taste like liquor, but they're not.
But you can
I can't get over those things.
But you can cross the county line in 10 minutes. And,
I can go
crazy. You can go crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
You can load up your trunk with anything you want.
Mm-hmm. Except speckled tail, because we don't have liquor at Walmart.
Hey, no speckled tail for John. That's not fair.
Oh, but when he went to Florida on a trip, he bought a bottle, though, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. We did an examination on it.
John, can you get speckled tail in Alabama when you visit your parents?
No, because you can't buy liquor at Walmart in Alabama either.
Okay, and
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
right.
So Florida is the only state, and Louisiana where you can, I guess.
Well, yeah, around here, yeah.
Right, because in Texas you can't buy it at the store, in Mississippi you can't buy liquor at the grocery store. There's probably only a handful of states where you can literally go to the grocery store and buy liquor. So
like I said, New York is not one of them.
Oh no, because when I went to New York all those times, they had beer, and they had those special wine and liquor stores, right?
Right. Now you can get some wines here, but it's the lower alcohol variety, less than 6% in grocery stores.
I'm calling
Washington and Wisconsin, you can get liquor.
I'm calling a timeout on all of this because.
Okay, are we going to get back to Victory again?
For a brief moment, we are. I want to hear. I think we're at that point where we've all. I'm not saying this to any mental states of any kind, but I think we're at the point where I think we've all probably gone through our individual beers, and we probably can formulate a rating, I bet. And I want to hear John Anele's White Monkey rating. Let's start with you, John.
All right. Well, the White Monkey gets a 98 out of 100 for me. The only reason it doesn't get a 99 or 100 out of 100 is because the Sour Monkey is my favorite. But it's so unique and just wonderfully complex. My vocabulary fails to give this beer the credit that it deserves. It's got that white wine thing, the wood, the vanilla, the Tripel fruitiness. The 9.5% is just not even there. So, yeah, 98 out of 100. I highly recommend Victory Brewing beers in general. If you've never had a Victory beer, go buy it. You're not going to be disappointed. They make great, great beer.
That looks great, Tyler. I cannot disagree with you anymore on your statements of the Victory Brewing Company as a brewery. So that sounds cool. We're next in line to Brooklyn, New York's Michael Komarov and the Hop Devil.
I'm going to give the Hop Devil a 93.
Ooh. And what could you do to improve on said beer, if anything?
I don't know.
Or why not a 94, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
It just doesn't knock my socks off to that point. 93, it's an A. That's what it should be rated. It's a very good beer, and I don't know what I would. I'm not a brewer, so I can't tell you what I would do. Maybe I would add a Citra hop to it also. Third C, maybe that would do it. I don't know. I'm happy with it, but it's not world class.
That's a beer that you have a little bit of experience with over the years. Is that correct?
Yes, I enjoy it. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would have it as on a regular basis. I think I have to say, though, what I said before. I probably do like the Belgian style beers at a Victory better than this, if I had to look as a beer group.
Sure.
And I could have gotten the Golden Monkey.
But wait, a 93 is a pretty dang high score.
No, it's a good score. But I think I might be giving 98s like they did to the Sour Monkey if I tried it. And I have had it.
Yeah, that would be a good score too, Michael.
And Eric, what's your score on the homegrown American lager?
I got the what is our person Greg? What does Greg say? I got the final chug.
Okay.
All right, so this is stupidly awesome for lager beers. For some reasoning, if you wrote down a 98 in your book, I would allow you to do so.
Okay, I would.
This is like really good lager beer. It's got the crisp flavor you want on a lager beer. It's got that Pilsner malty, bready, crackery thing in it. It's got the grassy grass clippings thing. It's got the spicy hops in it. It's got those grapefruit, juicy hops all in one in this beer because of how clean it is and refreshing it is. And it's got the right amount of carbonation. Any more, and this would be way too carbonated and you'd be burping for days. But yeah, you could pound the living crap out of this beer, and it has so much character. 98 out of 100. If it were an actual full-blown New England style IPA, it might get a higher rating. But then again, that would be a disservice to this being a lager. So far, I cannot think of a craft lager, including Jack Savvy, that I like better than this one I am drinking today.
It was wonderful seeing Jean-Pierre make an appearance. It's been months.
Peace. He did a little bit of soul searching.
Right about that. Now we need his Lance.
Will Lance come back? What do you think? What's Lance been up to?
He's been up to.
Why does this always happen?
Been up to being
Audrey,
because he's not a really great car salesman. No, forget that. If you got to be positive in life, and
no, I mean car sales is like hell on earth.
Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, Lance, he's got a tough job. Trying to sell cars is hell.
Gotta be commission only, I bet.
I like to buy cars. I wouldn't want to sell them. Although I think I could sell a lot of new cars. I wouldn't want to try to sell used. That would really get me down. But so Lance Lush, he was like, I gotta, I'm not gonna do all these these lush things. I got to get out there and get on the ball and start doing all the car sales. And it's a struggle, it's hard, but I think I got a lot of confidence in Lance. Lance is like one of these motivated type people that ultimately positive energy, So that's what's going on with Lance, and we wish him the best. If I lived in Akron, I would go see him, but I don't live up there, But I would like to see Tanya, but she's got her own thing going, and I was glad she got to come see me in the spring. And well, I'm not gonna sit there and name all the people I'd like to see, that.
To the community, outreach to the community. But you know what I didn't say was what my overall opinions are now exiting said Victory Brewing Company review. And for a lot of the breweries that we've chosen to do on the Wednesday nights, mostly, I apologize, Jay, but most of these breweries I try to get somewhat of distribution where we all can enjoy beers from. And this one is one of those beers that I do view as having extensive distribution. I mean, it gets all the way out to Seattle, and I'm in Massachusetts, so that's pretty good. But they're like some of those other bigger breweries where they have a lot of different beers to choose from, and I think you'll be hard-pressed to find a beer from Victory you don't like. I think it may be on the craftier, more complex, if you will, range of beers than, say, like Samuel Adams beers, but I think you could try different Victory beers and you could find something that you like and you really enjoy. A lot of them are hop forward and a lot of them are Belgian in style, but again, I drank a lager that's probably, if not the best craft lager I've ever had, it's got to be one of the best lager beers, period, on the planet Earth I've ever drank. So that's an amazing feat from Pennsylvania.
No, I don't take offense to it. It's not your problem that we can't get Victory. That's just tough. Now, it's your problem that you can't get Urban South.
Probably.
And it's your problem that you can't get a lot Gnarly Barley. And it's your problem that you can't get Wayward Owl and all that. But, I mean, so it's not practical. I mean, it's just too bad, so sad. Tough.
Jay, can you get Rogue from Oregon?
Well, 5 years ago, I would have been able to get 10 different varieties. And I am a member of the Rogue Nation, so I think I'm qualified to speak for that company. But
that's next week. That's next Wednesday.
Yep.
I sure can.
I can get Rogue. Oh, yeah, I hope so. I can get Rogue Dead Guy Ale.
Okay, that would qualify.
Yeah.
I have to start looking. I didn't see it in the co-op when I was there last week, but I'll look again.
So that's what we're doing.
Rogue always used to hit the shelves and then not move.
Yeah, I could see that. It never moved back in Wisconsin.
They're so expensive, and people are like, yeah.
Rogue,
you notice that too, right, Tyler? You notice that they're high. They're overpriced.
It never moved back in Wisconsin, but here I noticed it everywhere.
That's what we're doing. Yes, Rogue Brewing Company is the topic next Wednesday, the 25th of July. And then on August 1st, we shall be examining the beers of Founders Brewing Company. And then we're going to do a good old, Then we're going to do a good examination that I know Jay will just be able to get so many different beers from. On August 8th, we're going to review Bell's Brewing Company beers. Oh, no, Jay.
Well, wait a minute. I can get maybe a handful, or let's say 2 or 3, not even a handful. So that's maybe, Bell's hit the market. They were hot for a month, and then nobody ever talked about Bell's again ever in the history of Louisiana. It's sad.
Hop Slam, unless Hop Slam's coming out.
They're brand new into Massachusetts as of last month. And now, when they came to Massachusetts, they introduced the Two-Hearted Ale and the Oberon Wheat Ale. And now I've noticed that they have like a porter beer in their Kalamazoo Stout in stores. So I might need to buy that Kalamazoo Stout and try.
Very good. It's made with licorice.
Ooh. And
if you like licorice in a stout, that's what
very
it's.
Cool.
It's very good, by the way. I like it.
And Jay will be proud of this one on 8/15.
The next one, Jay, you're gonna love.
Yeah, we're doing store brand / Trader Joe's beers.
Oh, well, cool I have a lot of controversy with you because just to bring in beer drama, you know. But it's August 1st. I am over here in Louisiana doing nothing. Okay, nothing. I'm doing nothing. But August 1st, I said to myself, I said, well, maybe the world could tolerate seeing a review of Taylor Wine Company's cream sherry. Maybe the world won't care. Maybe the world can tolerate it. And I tried oh so hard to get Eric to say, we could delay it. I mean, maybe we'll live to be a long life. Maybe we won't. But Eric said, no, that's beer night. That's beer night. Now, look, I would have reviewed the Taylor cream sherry.
No, I'm sorry, everybody.
Wait, you adjusted my audio level. What does that mean?
I don't know. Tyler, stop it.
We've always thought of Eric as a conspirator. He's trying
to get away from Tawny. Pain. No.
Wait. Back up. Let's back up. What does that mean? You adjusted my audio level.
As you were talking about the examination, I went, we must listen to beer only.
So this coming Friday, we're doing burger and beers. What kind of burger are you bringing, Eric?
I would imagine a Son of Baconator, because I have a Wendy's in my town.
Oh, Wendy's. I was thinking Five Guys. I'll treat myself on Friday.
Oh, that's
We'll see.
I wonder
let's put the burgers and beers on hold for just a slight.
Jay has to complete
we're doing Hellas style the weekend after the Friday after that.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be there. But let's put the burgers and beers on hold for just a slight moment, because I think Rallies and McDonald's stays open till like 3 in the morning. So it's not like we're gonna run out of time to go run and get a burger.
There's nothing wrong with McDonald's or Rallies.
No. Oh, you won't hear that from me because I basically keep those people in business. Look, I was trying to say that I was wanting to do an examination of Taylor cream sherry, and I had people lined up. I got people calling me 25 hours a day talking about Taylor cream sherry. Now, Eric said, no, it's beer night. So it's another one of those internet showdowns. I don't want to call it a war. It's Eric's beer thing versus my dessert wine exemplification. It's on at the same time. Who's going to win? I don't know. But I want the world to know, let it be known, I tried to compromise and not go head to head. But if that's how we want to battle, we'll battle. You know, it's fine.
Thoughts?
Jay, all we have is a limit of 7 or whatever we can get on. So the battle can't be too extreme anyway, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to get a total of 2 viewers to beat.
I mean, you could have a max of 7, right? After that, people get bounced, right?
Different cameras.
The cameras go off and you can't do it anymore anyway.
You can have up to 10 people in a hangout, and I think it's going to be a battle royale, and it's going to be a showdown.
Well, okay, I'm sure we'll bring the founder of the feast to that one, baby.
Right, you go ahead and adjust my audio level now.
So when are we doing Founders Brewing Company again?
That's that same date, August 1.
Oh gosh, I might have to get the Canadian breakfast out and splurge a little bit for that, just for Eric.
I have not had the Canadian one yet, but
I see that we've got that right over at Chuck's Hop Shop right over here.
Maybe it will be good. I just don't know if I want to spend $20 the first time ever.
Yeah, it's like $24 over here.
Damn. All right. Well, there's the topics. Actually, the very last one, and I know that Michael Komarov wrote all this down, but the very last one that I wrote down so far is the 22nd of August. Anchor Brewing Company beers.
Oh, another one of those that are slowly exiting the market.
What the hell is wrong with Louisiana? You need to petition your government to get more beer back in your state. Let's go. Make Louisiana great again. I don't know.
It's a war now. It's a war now.
They just,
Screwed up.
I think Jay just needs to travel to bigger liquor stores. You're telling me there's not a single liquor store or big chain liquor store in that sells Victory?
No.
Now, Eric actually looked it up and could confirm that I think they had a locator, and actually they don't have those beers in Jay's area.
You know, they should literally build a Total Wine and More right next to Jay's house. They should structure their business model towards New Orleans and where Jay lives, but they don't even have a facility in the area. I don't understand it.
I don't either, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. I try to at least pick topics here on this channel, whether it's breweries or an actual topic that we can all choose our own particular beers for, that most people would be able to get something involved in that. So unfortunately, we don't own these companies. The companies don't own us. We don't own the distribution.
Eric, is there a Total Wine and More in Boston?
There are Total Wines in the state of Massachusetts. I don't have any that are really near me. I have a chain of stores called Wines and More, which is a very similar concept to Total Wine. I like those stores. I like them for mix of sixes. I do a mix of six for a lot of these examinations, so I can just buy one at a time, and then I can go back and decide if I want to buy it.
Oh, they're amazing.
To close it out, I could bring up the point that Taylor Wine Company was founded in 1880. I didn't say 1980. I said 1880, but I won't bring that up because that could cause some, viewpoints that might be non-productive towards the beer angle on that August 1st showdown night.
When was Founders Brewing Company founded?
Oh, about 5 years ago when I was a little bit younger.
All right.
It's older than that, but we understand Jay's point.
Not particularly older.
Now, since you brought that up, I'm gonna go get a Tawny Port wine then.
I was gonna say to round out this.
No. Cream sherry. Sherry.
Round out this conversation before we go off air. I want to hear Michael Komarov's thoughts and opinions on this non-beer war. Go, Michael.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Do your own thing. It doesn't matter.
Very low key. Everybody.
Whatever.
Why should Michael care about a showdown?
Cheers. We're all going to see you soon. Don't get butthurt and drink amazing beers. Keep tasting. Cheers.
So, Eric, ask everybody if they have any final thoughts on Victory.
Any final thoughts before we really close out on Victory Brewing Company's?
Victory Brewing Company. It's a victory for your taste.
What they say.
Yes.
Tyler seems like a fan.
John, what you got?
Like I said before, if you've never had a Victory beer, you're missing out. You can't go wrong with any of their products. And the Monkey line is especially delightful. So check them out.
Cool. I concur. Michael, any finals?
Nope. I agree with everything that's been said. And I like Victory a lot.
And that concludes another Wednesday. See you next Wednesday for Rogues Brewing Company beers.
Goodbye, everybody.
Notice I never said nothing to close out.
Well,
let him say
what you got, Jay? You have a Victory beer? What you got? What's your final thoughts on Victory Brewing Company?
Well, I think Victory does great work. I love their beers. I'm sorry I can't get them. Okay, you can talk bad about Louisiana. I'll agree to some extent. I would like to do Victory beers. I love Victory beers. Tyler's over there drinking Sophie's. I would like, that's a great beer. Victory is a great company. I'm going to boost it. I love it. And especially the Storm King. So I would tell all the viewers, go out and buy Victory beers if you can. If you can find them.
There's only one problem with that, Jay. This was a really slow week. We have almost no viewers.
By the way, Eric, do we have any viewers?
It says we have 2 people viewing right now.
And I might be one of them.
Jake could be the other one, I bet.
No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching it. Look,
you did comment on the chat earlier.
Tyler, what happened to Bart Robinson? Is he angry at us?
I don't know. I don't
Usually
know.
comes every week.
Bart Robinson, you get on this damn channel and don't be scared of us. We want you on the channel. We're going off air, people. Cheers. See you soon. To Rogue we go next week.